Welcome everyone to another episode of the Nonsense Podcast. This is your host MG with
Caroline.
We're still alive. We're still here. We're still kicking. Everything is good. We just have been so busy with lots of things going on. We finally made the time for the podcast.
Yeah. July is basically over.
Yeah. So I was in Florida for almost a week. My parents' church 14th anniversary. They invited me to go preach. So that was awesome. We came back for one day and then we just got back from a camping trip with our church, which was awesome. Well, I mean.
Hey, wait, I thought okay, let's talk about that.
Let's.
Because it's our second year camping as a family of 5. And I feel like last year I had no idea what to expect. Like in the sense of like, we took the bare minimum because our friends had everything else. Okay,
but I feel like last year it was a very different camping trip than this year in the sense that last year it was just 3 families.
Yeah.
2 of our friends and us. That's it.
Yeah.
This year was pretty much the whole church.
Well,
I'd say, not the whole church.
Not the whole
but maybe
there was like 12
70%?
families. No.
60?
Like 40.
No, really?
Yeah, no.
Okay, the point is it was a lot of members of our church. So
but total it was like 12 families.
Right, yeah. But that's very different than just 3 families.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like we had to pretty much like fend for ourselves.
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, we still were with the shitimul that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, last year I didn't take any cooking stuff. I didn't even take like nothing.
Oh, I get
that's what
you're
I'm saying. Like
okay.
I took bare minimum. They gave me like a list with a few items to take for food. And then they took everything else. And this year it was like, oh no, I need my own grill. Hey, let's take a canopy because then we're going to be stuck in the sun. Like those type of things, like plus the kids, plus us, the tent, all the things. We split food with the shitimul, which was helpful. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying like we had to like take all the gear that we needed to survive out in the wilderness.
And overall, what would you give your experience from 1 out of 10?
I gotta say, I don't know. I'm gonna put you on blast here.
What?
I feel like it could have been better if your attitude would have been better.
Okay. Oh my God. What happened on Friday and then into Saturday? No, Thursday and Friday. Because we left Thursday and then we came back yesterday, Sunday night.
And we came back Sunday afternoon.
Sure.
Whatever.
But I was feeling sick.
You were not feeling well.
No, it was like a cold. Like my throat was scratchy.
You were not feeling
I didn't feel good. And that Friday, I tried
I
tried to do the best that I could.
Okay, this is why. Are we going to talk about it or we're not going to talk about it?
No, we are talking about it, but I feel like
you're already defensive.
I know, because my audience is probably offended by what you said.
I doubt it. So he woke up Thursday with a scratchy throat. And as soon as he says, oh, I'm not feeling great, for me, it's like, oh, great. Here we go. It can mean either he wants to be in bed all day to get over whatever he feels faster. It can mean many things. But that day, I wasn't sure how you were going to go about it. Why are you blinking like that?
Okay, yes. Typically,
yeah.
When I start feeling a cold or just not feeling well, like I want to rest right away so I can be done with it and then continue with work and life and everything that we got going on. So it was the same attitude for that. I tried to tough it out as much as I could, and then finally it was like, okay, I'm going to go see if I can take a nap in the car. Which I really couldn't.
But okay, so Thursday we're packing up, we're going, and then you got hangry for a sec. So that started off I even mentioned, okay, there's a lot of tension here, eat something and then get over the funk you were in.
And we did.
And you kind of did. And then you weren't feeling that great. But then you got hungry on the road.
Yeah, on the road over there.
And then it was an hour of do we stop? Do we not stop? Are we going to get there? Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, but all in all, it was a good trip, but it could have been better if
we didn't go with so many people.
if you would have had a better attitude. That's what I'm saying. But today we slept in a little bit. Well, we went to bed, like at 10? We were all in bed by 10 o'clock yesterday, which is pretty early for us.
Usually I like to stay up late and watch something.
But we were beat. And then it was just so hot too. So I think that didn't help. Like the heat just wore us out. And then this morning we slept in a little bit. Well, I feel like I slept well.
I feel like I slept pretty good too.
And then we all hands on deck, put everything away that we had to. I still have
the kitchen left.
This freaking kitchen I'm staring at that's full of dishes and stuff. And then laundry, but that's like never ending. But all in all, I'm going to give it like a 7.5.
7.5. I would give our camping trip this year about 7 also, 7.5. But for me, because I got sick for that day, and then I don't like being around too many people. And I feel like that kind of happened. Like, I mean, there was moments where, yeah, it was great, and I enjoyed it for the most part. But I like having, like, that's why I think I enjoyed last time that we went camping so much more.
It was shorter?
Because it was... Maybe, yeah. Well, it was one full day shorter, which, whatever, right? I mean, but I think I just enjoyed more, like, everything that we did. Like, it was just right there in that little circle. And I feel like that's what I enjoyed the most because, we didn't have a schedule either, but it was just easier to navigate. Like, I feel like, okay, we're going to take, the stuff over to where the lake is. And we ate there. We rested there. Okay, let's go back. And then everybody is there. In this case, it's like, not everyone was there because everybody was kind of scattered, and I don't know. It just seemed like if enough people were in the mood to have a fire, like sit by the fire, then that happened. If enough people were in the mood to play volleyball, then that would happen. Like it just seemed like it was a lot more effort. And yeah, I don't know.
Okay. But my question is like, okay, how can you, you just mentioned like, I don't like to be around a lot of people, but like you had like half a year to mentally be prepared to be around a lot of people,
Nothing prepares you for it.
Why? How? Explain that. Because I can't understand what you're saying because for me, I could have stayed another 2 days and been happy. Like for me, like, yeah, you want to sit around a bonfire? Sure, I'll sit around a bonfire. You want to play volleyball? I played. I didn't want to play.
I played too.
Because I suck at it. But I like that atmosphere. And a lot of times I feel like I have to like not like it because you don't like it.
No. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No. But no, because it's not that I don't like it. It's just I like it in small.
When you want it.
Yes and no, but like I played volleyball.
No.
I sat by the fire at least once.
My question is, what I said was, how are you not mentally prepared? And then you say nothing prepares you for that.
Yeah, because it's like I said, it's one thing to imagine what it's going to be like when there's a lot of people there. And it's another thing when reality actually comes.
Okay.
So you can try to say like, oh, I think this is how it's going to go. But nothing actually prepares you for how it really is once you're there.
Yeah. But okay. Let me try to get into your mind.
The thing is, here's the thing, like, I mean, there's other families that have little kids, and the little kids are, some kids are screaming or crying. They're not comfortable. And then there's other people that you haven't fellowshipped with so much, so they're kind of distant too. There's just, I feel like there's a lot of factors.
I get
exactly.
That. So that's why we were like in our own little circle, which I didn't mind. I feel like I had a great time. But then when they would say like, hey, let's do this bonfire. Like for me, it's like, all right, like it's the first time they're asking me to be a part of it. So why not, you know? But then you don't see it like that. You know what I mean? Like the first night, whoever wanted to was at the bonfire. They didn't ask you to be there. All right, cool. We didn't go. The second night, whoever wanted to was at the bonfire. We were not. We were eating elotes, and it was fine. Okay, the third night, it's like, hey, guys, like, we're gonna do this bonfire. Can you guys come? Yeah. And there was, like, hesitation there, So tell me about that.
I think, yes. I think, we went into it with we went into it knowing that there's not going to be any expectation or any schedule. Like everybody is just kind of free to do whatever they want. The only thing that was going to be on the schedule was a gathering that we were going to have with everyone together with the families, since we weren't going to gather for Sunday service. So I think that's what it is. Just like, okay, like if there's no schedule, then I don't want to feel like I have to be there.
How do I say it? Like, and it wasn't scheduled. It was like a spur of the moment bonfire. And
that's fine. But I have the choice to not want to be there.
Okay.
And I mean, I feel when I make the decision to not want to be there, then that's what you don't like. You wish.
Well, I guess for me it's because I'm trying to build a balance. Like, how do I say it? Like for me, it's like I understand that you are introvert, extrovert, kind of like pick and choose, and that's fine for the most part. But when it's like there's no schedule, you can do whatever you want, which we were doing whatever we want. And then they're like, hey, whoever wants to and can, hey, but we would love your presence there. Can you join? It's like the balance of like, all right, 2 nights we did whatever we want. We don't have to go, but they're asking me to be there. All right. You know what I mean? Like that's in my head how I see it. But when I told you, you're like, well, there's no schedule. Like, which, there is no schedule. But obviously they want us, because they told me like 3-4 times, hey, where's Marvin? Where's Marvin? Where's Marvin? Y me da pena decir, oh, well, he doesn't want to be around people. You know what I mean?
But why?
Because for some, it's rude.
It is?
For some, it's rude to be like, oh, he doesn't want to be around people. For some, it can be like, what? Like, they'll take it personal.
So why isn't it? I mean, it's the exact same thing as like, oh no, he just needs some space by himself right now. What's the difference? It's the exact same thing. People
would be like, well, what did they do to him?
Oh, be like, oh no, he's totally fine. Like he's in a good place. He just likes to enjoy time by himself.
Then why did he come?
Not the whole time, just certain moments. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it becomes much more complicated than it needs to be. Like
for you, yeah.
No,
like
even for you.
No. Like you.
Because you take on this burden, and then we almost get in a fight over there because of it.
In a fight?
Well, you know.
I just left you alone, and I'm like, well, they're going to look for him. He can tell them.
And nobody did. And I think that's what's the point is. Like, if they really want you that, but nobody came to me to tell me. No,
they told me you were gone, but I feel like I have to put up like an excuse.
I was gone
for
where?
You. You went to the RV, I think, to help the girls get something. Or then you went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know.
But twice they came and you were like gone, and
then I was there.
Yeah, for a little bit.
And we laughed, and we had a great time.
Did you?
I did in that moment because I chose then to be there. So I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. You know, we always say like, oh well, we want to respect whatever everybody says and thinks and here and there, but I don't feel like I get any respect.
I let you do whatever you want.
Did you?
You took a nap in the car. I manned the kids down while you were gone.
I took a nap. I wasn't feeling good though.
No, but what I'm saying is like you do.
It doesn't.
You do whatever you want.
As me doing whatever I want.
In the sense of like, I think I'm gonna go take a nap in the car
because I don't feel good, not because I was just like I don't want to be around you right now. All right, I'm out of here.
You would do that too.
No, I wouldn't. Stop. There was another dad that did that.
Who? Text me. No, but how do
I like the day that I was feeling good, like I was in the water, I was with the kids, like you took a nap on the chair, like you know, like I feel like we're not talking about the good times. You're only trying to highlight the bad moments.
No. Okay, first of all, I'm not highlighting bad moments. I wanted to try to understand how your brain works and how you think about not being a people person. But I feel like
I am okay.
But then exactly. But then you are a people person, so you pick and choose when you want to and not want to be a people person. But then we had 6 months to prepare for this. So in my head, it's like you had 6 months to think. I'm gonna be around 70 people. I'm gonna be around kids that cry. I'm gonna be around this and that.
Time out.
You know,
because I was around people. Like in the mornings, I would go to the campsites that were close to me. Hey, how you guys? So I wasn't a people person when you or everyone else wanted me to, but that doesn't make me not a people person because I
So
still,
what's the difference between that and what you're saying that you don't want
because
to
they're
be
on my terms. Like, you know what? I'm waking up in the morning. Let me go say hi to everyone. When people were showing up, I tried to help them as much as I could. Like during the day, like, you know, like while we were waiting for lunch or whatever, I would go say how everyone's doing, just, you know, kind of joke around with everyone. So once they had the bonfire, it's like, okay, well, I've been a people person and I've been going around checking in on everyone. So what does it matter if I'm there at the bonfire now? Because now everyone is going to be there watching me be a people person.
No, not.
But that's how I feel. Like,
no. That's you see. That's more complicated than
no,
what it is.
it's not. Because what I'm saying is that, yes, I guess I pick and choose when I want to be a people person. And I don't know that I feel guilty saying that because that's how I feel like it's being portrayed. Mm-hmm. But in reality, like we were with other people pretty much the whole time, and that was fine. And again, like, I mean, I went around and so me being portrayed as, you know, not a people person.
Wait, who's portraying you like this?
I feel like that's kind of what you were saying.
No, okay. Again,
kind of
this is
like
getting
you
complicated and you're getting all...
I'm not getting defensive. I'm just...
heated up?
No, not at all.
It's just interesting because I'm the opposite. Like, I don't mind being around people. I don't mind... I could have stayed camping.
But
like
that's what I'm
2
saying.
days,
You just said,
like,
I feel like I'm the opposite. So I'm not a people person if you're saying that you can be around people.
was then what are you? No, yeah, and I'm the opposite when it comes to that. Like when you're taking a break or want to be by yourself, I feel like I'm not like that.
You don't need that time by yourself.
Yeah, like I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that's
I don't
different.
Need that time, but even like in the settings, like let's go do a bonfire. Okay, well let's go. Like yeah, I've been around people all day. I've been around my kids. I've been around you. I've been around my friends. Okay, well let's all be together. Sure, like you know, like that. Eso no me cansa. It doesn't like.
But I think it's okay to not have to. Like I think it's okay for people that need that break.
No, and that's fine.
Oh.
It's just hard when you're married to somebody who's not on the same page all the time. You know what I mean?
And so here we are, almost 12 years.
Yeah,
married.
and it's so. That's what I'm saying. In these sense, and then I do take that burden on, and I've told you that before. Like I do, because for me, it's like almost, I don't want to say embarrassing, but like what do I tell them? Like some people don't understand.
Okay, but
so that's why I'm like,
that's the part I have such a hard time with because who cares? Like if they don't want to understand, that's their bad. Why do you have to take on that burden? Like as long as you
because they're our friends. People that are like I see on a daily almost.
Then they should be fine and they should understand that, yeah. Like, and I think this is why we've been such good friends with the Shitimul because for them it's like, oh, okay, well, Marv's in that kind of mood and they just go on with life and they don't ask questions and they just
they do
accept
ask me,
it.
But then I'll just say like, don't bring it up.
Well, no, they'll want to just make sure that I'm okay. Like, oh, is he good? Is he upset? Is he like... No, he's good. Oh, okay. And then they go on about life.
True.
And I think that's why it's so easy to be friends with them. And that's probably why the only reason, like I have more friends now, but this is why like.
No, they're probably one of the only friends we have.
Like, yeah, like, I mean, I trust them in every sense.
And you're right. They do hang around despite our roller coasters of emotions because they seem to be maybe more like level-headed than you and I in a sense of like, for them, things roll off their back pretty easily. And then you and I, things bug us more easily. And we kind of balance each other off like in that sense. But whatever, like it is what it is. But
yeah, like
we will move on.
You shouldn't have to feel that burden of having to explain to somebody, you know, it's not that, and I think that's my biggest thing. And that's why I always say like, I'm such an easygoing person because like it's not that complicated. Like
he's been saying that for
I
years.
like the things that I like and it doesn't change. I don't like certain things and that doesn't change either. Like it's not a secret. Like they're, you know, like I'm yeah, like I don't, that's the part that I don't understand. Like I feel like I'm transparent and I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. And there's no surprises. How is that not easy?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you, how is that not easy?
Know. It's just, It's just different.
Do you wish I was assassinated?
What? No. Why would you say that?
Because I wanted to make a segue to the next.
Okay, we could just talk about something else. That's terrible.
No, I know, but you know how, wow, yeah. I don't know what kind of podcast you listen to, but there's always
lately.
segues, you know?
Yeah, no, I know, but lately I haven't. I've been in my own little bubble.
Well, the big news, two things. While I was in Florida,
This is not a political
podcast,
by the way, but
it is our platform, and we're going to choose to talk about what is going on in the world because it's important to us as citizens of the United States of America.
Right.
But when I was in Florida, your brother actually sent out a text message saying they tried to assassinate Trump. Mm-hmm. And right away I was like, no way. Like I thought why would you text that just to text that, right? So I right away went into the news, and sure enough, they had tried to assassinate our ex-president and future president, Donald J. Trump. I was in shock, and I guess still kind of am, with the fact that the last time that I remember, obviously, something like this happening. Well, I didn't live through it, but the whole JFK thing. And then I do remember one time with President Reagan, they tried to assassinate him too. And now, I feel like now in modern time,
it's crazy.
I couldn't believe that this happened.
It's crazy.
And I think the most surprising thing to me and for me, the way he turned his head for just a split second completely changed everything. We could be talking right now how he got assassinated and is dead, right? But thank God that he's not. Thank God he's alive. And as far as what I'm hearing from Trump, I mean, he's giving God the credit for saving his life, And I want to believe that too, And again, I believe that God's plan for Trump is obviously greater than just being a president.
Right.
If God spared his life, if God allowed for this to not take place, it has to go further than just being the president or not. So I don't know, man. I think the most upsetting part or the part that obviously you want are the answers. Who made this happen? Why did this happen? And I don't know what you think about John F. Kennedy and that assassination, but to me, it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. For me, it was a bigger conspiracy than that. And that's why they killed him, because he probably knew more than he should have.
Right.
But in order to get him to do it or be part of it, they needed, and because why? What a coincidence that they killed him right away after he got arrested. And I feel like that would have happened to this kid too. He took the shot, and bam, they would have killed him like they did. And then now we're just left with a bunch of unsolved answers.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is never going to come out. That's just the sad part about it. I just can't wrap my head around you hating somebody so much, or left or right side, to want to try to kill them. Regardless of what side you're on.
Yeah, if this would have happened to Biden, I would have felt probably not as...
No.
But I would have been oh my God, why
would they do that?
Exactly.
He's a person.
At the end of the day, he's a soul that's going to heaven or he's going to hell. And exactly, to somebody, he's the best dad, the best grandpa, the best friend, the best...
regardless of what...
Of political... Of politics.
So somebody... creating that hate or anger or whatever towards a person to be I'm gonna go and I don't know, maybe they paid him a bunch of money, I don't know, promised him something.
The thing that's crazy is the people now that I'm seeing on TikTok are oh my God, you had one job, you missed.
Wow.
Next time don't miss. And they're saying it he was just somebody that was meaningless in this world.
That's crazy.
That's the part that's crazy to me. That's the kind of world that we're living in. And
wow,
yeah,
that's
you're right.
sad.
I don't know that we're ever going to know what the truth is, but there's a lot of mysterious things that went on. And, like, I mean, a lot of videos that have surfaced of people telling cops beforehand that
Oh
there
my
was a
gosh.
shooter on top of that roof. And from what I'm hearing is that the Secret Service saw the guy and they had their guns pointed at him, but they didn't have the green light to take him off. And then when he took the shot, then you can see the guys that were on the roof on the other side kind of reacting. And then like right after, well, yeah, he was killed after that. And sadly, there's always innocent victims. Always, always. And
Was it
yeah,
just one shot?
no, he fired multiple shots. I think there was 3 or 4 that he shot. And one of them ended up killing a firefighter, a dad.
Oh my gosh.
A girl dad is the way that they're describing it. And I think 2 other people were in critical condition. And then, well, yeah, Trump got part of his ear blown off, I guess, which I want to see what that looks like. But anyways,
That's crazy.
I think it's just crazy. Yeah, I think it's crazy. And the fact, too, that people are trying to justify it like, oh, he brought this on himself. He's always promoting violence. And
Is he? I mean,
I don't know.
there's
I mean,
a lot going on here, guys.
and now the
Are you
other
gonna be mad when
news.
he becomes president.
Now the other news is that,
Biden.
okay, so I think after that happened, I think the majority of people felt like, oh gosh, like that's it. Like he's going to
That's
win
it. He
the
won.
presidency. Like after that last debate, the way Biden came out looking so forgetful and just old, I think everyone was panicking.
Which, by the way, I'm not on social media, and how do I say it? Like when I log on to the IG of the business page, and I'm on there answering or looking.
What business page?
C&J Permanent Jewelry. Thank you very much. But I'm not like scrolling news or stuff. So I still remember on the way to the camp, I'm like, what's going on in the world right now? Like I
remember that.
I have no clue. Yesterday you mentioned that.
Yeah. So after all that, I
But
feel
give me like context because I don't know.
Okay. So after the whole debate,
We should get newspapers again. That way it tells you the
they
news.
still have newspapers.
Yeah, we should get it delivered to our home.
Well, anyways, they had a debate, which took place while. Oh no, I was still here, and yeah, Biden came off, lost. He fumbled his words a lot. He couldn't answer questions clearly. Like, yeah, just everyone was worried that he looked weak. He didn't look, like he was
How
fit
old
to be
is he?
president.
Isn't he like 81 or something?
I think he's 81 and Trump is 79, 80, something like that. And then when this happened, when the attempted assassination, and you see Trump, the first thing he's saying is like pumping his fists up in the air with blood on his ear.
But
his
what was he
face.
saying?
He was saying fight, like keep fighting,
Yeah.
And
Like,
to
we're gonna
see that,
freaking win this.
yeah, and to see that, it was like,
that's the one with the
dang.
flag in the back,
Yeah, to see that was like, dang, like that's a badass. Like, like they just tried to kill him, and his reaction is to like say fight, like dude, that's what's up. Like that is
put down a
what I
shirt.
want for my president. So I think the Democrats panicked. Like
Of
I really
course.
believe that, and they were just like,
That's it.
I
Game
heard that
over.
after that, a lot of people were urging. Or actually, before the assassination attempt, they were urging Biden to step down.
So he didn't want to,
and
right?
he didn't want
Okay.
to. After this, I guess he must have been thinking about it. And yesterday, when we were packing up for the camp, I got on my phone and I saw that he dropped out. So he endorsed Kamala Harris, and I think the Clintons did as well. But the part that's interesting is that the Obamas didn't endorse Kamala Harris. Neither did Nancy Pelosi, who's another big Democratic figure out of California. And they have not stood behind her. So I'm not 100% sure if
What's going on?
I think she is the one that's going to run for president now.
Gosh.
I just don't know who else it would be. The fact that the president
Yeah,
endorsed her, I think that means that he's saying, okay, this is the new person that's going to run for presidency. So now I don't know who
Now I
is
wonder
going to be
what's
her
gonna
running
happen to-
mate.
What's gonna happen to Biden now that they don't need him anymore?
Well, that's the other thing is that
Like-
all these Republicans now are saying if he's not fit to run for another term, then he needs to resign right now from even being a president.
Pussy.
Right?
I mean-
So it's funny, but everybody on the left side is saying democracy, 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 but everything that they're doing, picking and choosing who they're gonna like. The fact that they didn't like Biden anymore, okay, well, let's throw somebody else in there instead of it being a democracy and saying, okay, well, let's go back to our Democratic Party and see who everyone nominates and let's see who's the real winner, the way democracy is supposed to take place. And that's exactly what happened with Trump. He won the states where he went to go run against other Republicans, and because he outright beat them, then they nominated him as their choice to run for president. Like democracy should be. So again, I know this is not a political podcast. These are just our opinions, our thoughts, and our platform, and I don't know what you're thinking as far as who you're going to vote for. I don't know how you see everything that's playing out, like, what this all means to you. But this is what it means to us. And I mean, it's sad that we're living in that America that, is so divided. So sad. And man, like if there was ever a time for the children of God to come out and shine their light, it would definitely be now.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of, there's a verse in the Bible that says like that the world is crying out for the children of God to
so true.
To wake up, basically. And I think this is our moment, despite what your political views are, because at the end of the day, the changing of a president, how much is it going to actually affect you?
Well,
everyone was so scared that Trump was going to deport all these people. How many of you did it actually affect? Yeah. How many people in our church got deported because of what Trump said he was going to do?
I mean, it's just...
I think on the contrary, Trump helped a lot of people. And I'm sure all those people that were against Trump took their checks to the bank and cashed them and spent that money, those stimulus checks,
I see.
Exactly. So, I mean, how much does it really impact?
And with Biden, that's a whole other issue.
Well, yeah, it is. It really is. It really is. I would say just do your work, your homework, not based off of what emotional people are saying, but go do your work and just see where all of this is coming from. Because right now, I saw something where I guess Trump was supporting Kamala. What's her name? Kamala. Kalamit. No. Kamala Harris. I guess she was running for something in California, and he was a endorser. So I think that's I'm sure at some point he must have seen eye to eye with her in something, and he supported her. And if he sent her money, he sent her money. But now they're going to be going up against being president. And man, if you have seen Kamala Harris out there, she's another Biden, just younger. She makes no sense of the things that she's talking about. Tomorrow will be... there's such a funny quote that I've seen out there. I'm going to try to remember it. I think it says, tomorrow will be today, tomorrow. And it sounds so inspiring. And it's tomorrow will be today, tomorrow. That's not very profound when you think about it. No. But people they celebrate it and and I think people just, they want to believe in oh yeah, she's the first woman and the first African American or the first Indian descent. They've labeled her with so many different, and I think it's sad that people are emotional about voting, and I don't know.
And then they get influenced by somebody who probably doesn't know the whole story, with Trump, it's okay, he's against illegals who are causing trouble here. And I agree. We're trying to keep our community safe and stuff. Yeah. So there are people who are coming over and doing crazy things here. Those people shouldn't be here. But yeah, you're right. How many people did it affect in our own church?
Circle, church.
Thank God. Nobody, So,
and that's the thing. The children of God should not be fearful, regardless of who is president, because at the end of the day, God is the one that determines our future, not a president.
Right.
The way that I see this is which of the two candidates lines up with my morals that are based on the Bible and the Word of God. So that's to me.
That should be our compass.
Exactly. That should be our compass. So whether it was the other way around, if it was Biden, and Trump on the other side, then let's go Biden, But the fact of the matter is it's not that, Biden is the one that has allowed for all of this LGBTQ community to be empowered the way that they are because he's for it, and Trump is not. And abortion. I mean, abortion is another thing where, so anyways, that's how we're basing it here as far as our family goes. And no, I don't want to influence the way that you guys want to vote, but definitely I would say vote Trump.
Okay. I mean, for real. But no, and I think it's important that if you can vote, you vote. I think a lot of, especially like church people, Hispanics, like they're the least to vote.
Yeah, like there was somebody
a lot
that
of times because lack of knowledge.
I remember 4 years ago when Biden and Trump were going up against each other, there was somebody that we know that was like, oh no, Trump this, Trump that, Trump here, Trump there. And then finally when I was like, oh, so did you vote? Oh no. It was like all this, crying about this, crying about that, and not go out and vote.
I know.
So do your part and go out and vote, and we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, God is sovereign. He's not going to be caught off guard by whatever happens.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to continue living. And unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, fortunately, we know that this is all temporary.
Yes.
At the end of the day, Jesus is the supreme governor, the supreme king, and he's the one that's going to reign forever. So let's get excited about that,
and we should
just
peace
know
in
that
our
this,
heart.
yes, exactly, this is just temporary, and let's find peace, and let's pray for our president, current president. Let's pray for the future president, and let's pray for the direction of the country.
Amen.
This is Marvin Guerra, and I approve this message. So, anyways, that's kind of what's going on with us as far as, what has been going on lately and why we haven't been on here. But we're back. I think we say that.
We're back for today.
We're back for today. And that's okay, all right? I don't want to feel pressured like I have to be doing this on a weekly basis. No, like I always want to do this on a weekly basis, but there's just sometimes it's a little impossible. But anyways, we're not going to go too long. I just want to say a few things. Number one, I'm excited because September is right around the corner.
I know. Doesn't it feel weird that the time
Labor
is going
Day.
by?
No, I'm just kidding.
Going by faster, like, ugh.
But the Bible even said that.
I know, you're right.
The Bible
Jesus
said that
is coming.
in the end of times, time
You're
would
right.
seem like it's getting faster, and that's exactly what's happening. Like, I look at Annabelle, I'm just like, when the heck did she grow up? I know. Like, I see her every day, but there's moments when I look at her and she's just taller. Her face is changing. Her body is
We should
changing.
have another
Like,
baby. Oh, yeah. Just kidding.
what?
I said we should have another baby.
Stop.
We're not, but I'm just saying.
What just happened
No,
this
nothing.
weekend? What just happened this
We
weekend?
went camping.
You put me on blast, so I'm going to put you on blast now.
This is very personal. It's about my personal body.
You just talked about my personal life.
Your life is different than your body.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
time
Annie
is going by very
Annie's
fast.
growing. July's over. August is going to fly by. I have so much to do, but our 25th church anniversary, 25th year church anniversary is in September.
And September 1st, to kick it all off, is going to be Taylor Swift. No,
Okay.
It's going to be Miel San Marcos,
I'm so
which
excited.
we've never been shy in saying that we're total nerds for Miel San Marcos. And yeah, like, I'm excited, man. I'm thrilled. Josh sent a video to your parents the other
Like, they're
day.
coming just for our anniversary.
Exactly.
I'm so
yeah.
excited.
So, yeah.
But
Tickets are on sale.
Yeah, buy your ticket. Like the back, like
Eventbrite.
What is it called? Like the behind the scenes.
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
is like there's still so much to do and it's so little time.
Like,
at
we
this
have a
point.
meeting tomorrow night about everything that's happening behind the scenes.
I
And
know it's so much.
here's the thing though. Like, it's not just Miel San Marcos. Like, it's Erickson Alexander Molano is going to be here.
Because he was our first guest 25 years ago when we started. Like, I remember him coming into the church at that building we were in. Like, he was starting off too, and he came out singing. So it was just
he was single and young.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be like, what a full circle moment.
Big time. And then Bishop Mario's going to be with us too.
Yeah.
Like,
he used to give me singing classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Down like in Hillsborough. Yeah. It was crazy.
It's crazy to see, that, he's still going strong,
like
and another full circle moment then.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Obviously Apostle Joel Escobar.
Yeah, he's going to be with us too.
I mean, he's pretty much the ones that sent out your parents.
Yeah, he did.
So for him to also be here, it's like, it's a big deal. Like, we celebrate everything, right?
We do.
But 25 years, man, like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
like,
thank God.
Yeah, how many churches have closed after the pandemic and just in life? Yeah, how many people have left? And 25 years later, like, God is still faithful, and yeah, man, we're celebrating big. So,
and we're doing the whole month.
Yeah, the whole month.
Versus
Yeah,
just one weekend. I feel like, remember that conversation we had with my parents last year after that conquest? When
Which one?
Like, we were like, Saturday was like the big day of like,
yeah,
and a lot of people, like, not a lot of people were there.
Yeah.
It was like,
it was a big letdown.
But yeah,
We felt discouraged even.
It was like, what the heck? So I want to say it was our idea to do like a Sunday.
I think it kind of was. Yeah.
Because the thing is that, like, people, there's a lot of like Sunday only goers, like, that just go on Sunday, and they don't show up on Saturday for
regardless of who's there on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're not going to show up because they're not used to that.
A special event. They don't show. So, like, why not do it on a Sunday? So anyway, so this year for 25 years, we're doing the whole month. Every Sunday we have something going on. So it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We have some sick merch coming out. Oh, so excited.
Definitely stay tuned and get connected to our church page, Casa del Padre Internacional, or just CDP International.
Yeah.
And yeah, stay connected to everything that's happening, because at the end of the day, this is to expand the kingdom of heaven here in Portland, Oregon. So
Yes.
We're super excited about that. And I think that's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, let's wrap it up because I got to go clean the kitchen.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for listening. I was looking at our podcast information, and Argentina is now on the list of people that have listened to this podcast. So I want to know, like, how did this, like,
Can you tell us how you find us?
how did you find us? Like, like, there are moments where I'm like, oh, it's probably a typo, but no, like, I mean, you have to have downloaded the episode and heard it, and then it counts as somebody that.
Well, when I don't download it, I just hear it. You don't have to download it.
No, I believe even when you listen to it, you're listening to it because it's downloaded. I think. I don't know. I guess I'll do some more research on it. But anyways,
I just want to know, like, if you are from, like, not the U.S. or Portland, like, how do you get to our page? Yeah.
Well, I know that there's keywords that you can type in, so I'm sure if you're looking for a specific podcast that has this, I'm sure it'll pop up, and maybe they listen just to see, like, okay, well,
what are these two people talking about? Yeah.
These two, what kind of nonsense are these two talking about? So, anyways, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna go. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram, The Nonsense Podcast, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Trump 2024.